If you fell in love with To All the Boys I've Loved Before, its charming romance, heartwarming friendships, and swoon-worthy moments, then you're in for a treat. Whether you're craving more sweet high school love stories, fake dating tropes, or feel-good coming-of-age films, we've got you covered. From lovable protagonists to unforgettable rom-com moments, these 10 movies capture the same magic and charm. So grab some popcorn, and let's dive into the best films to watch if you adored To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Subscribe and let's get started. Make sure to like this video. Coming of at number 10 is What a Girl Wants. What a Girl Wants is a teen romantic comedy about a teenage girl named Daphne Reynolds, who embarks on a journey to connect with her estranged father, Henry Dashwood, a wealthy British politician. Daphne, played by Amanda Bynes, has been raised by her free-spirited mother, Libby, in the United States. Throughout her childhood, Daphne has always known that her father is a wealthy and influential man, but she has never met him. Her mother tells her that Henry is a man who has his own life and family, but Daphne, now a teenager, feels the longing to meet him and understand her roots. When Daphne turns 17, she decides to take matters into her own hands and travels to London to meet Henry. She soon discovers that he is not just any man, he's a highly respected politician and engaged to another woman, Mimi, who is determined to keep Daphne out of Henry's life. Despite this, Daphne, with her bubbly and determined personality, does not give up and tries to win Henry's affection and approval. Once in London, Daphne discovers that Henry is not exactly the man she imagined him to be. Though he has an air of aristocracy, he's also deeply involved in political campaigns and public appearances. His life is controlled by his fiancée and the demands of his social circle. Despite the cultural differences and challenges of fitting in, Daphne begins to show him a different way of life, a life full of joy, simplicity, and authentic connection. Along the way, she also meets Ian Wallace, the son of Henry's political rival, and the two form a romantic connection, adding another layer to Daphne's adventure. As the story unfolds, Daphne must find a way to balance her desire to be part of Henry's world with the realization that her true worth isn't tied to his acceptance. Ultimately, she learns valuable life lessons about family, love, and the importance of staying true to oneself. What a Girl Wants is a fun, feel-good film that explores themes of family, self-identity, and love in an engaging, humorous way. The movies start with Amanda Bynes *** as Daphne Reynolds, Colin Firth as Henry Dashwood. Moving on to number 9. Midnight Sun. Midnight Sun is a romantic drama about love, life, and the pursuit of dreams despite the obstacles that come with them. The film revolves around Katie Price, a 17-year-old girl who has lived most of her life confined indoors due to a rare genetic condition called xeroderma pigmentosum, XP. This condition makes her skin extremely sensitive to sunlight, meaning she can only go outside safely at night. Katie has always had a passion for music and dreams of performing, but her condition has kept her from pursuing these dreams. Her father, Jack, has always been protective, and they share a deep bond. However, Katie's life begins to change when she encounters Charlie Reed, a popular young man who spends his nights playing guitar at a local train station. One evening, when they cross paths, there's an immediate connection between them, and they begin to form a close friendship that slowly blossoms into a romantic relationship. Katie keeps her condition a secret from Charlie, fearing that if he knew, he would be scared away. As their bond deepens, Charlie encourages Katie to pursue her dreams of performing, and she begins to see a future beyond the confines of her house and illness. However, as their relationship intensifies, Katie struggles with the knowledge that she can never fully live the same life as Charlie due to her medical condition. The couple faces the challenge of finding happiness in the face of her illness, and Katie must come to terms with how much she is willing to risk for love and the life she's always wanted. Midnight Sun is a beautiful story about embracing life and love, no matter the limitations we face. It's a film that explores the idea that, even when time is limited, life and love can still be fulfilling and meaningful. The movie features Bella Thorne as Katie Price, Patrick Schwarzenegger as Charlie Reed. At number 8, we have Love at First Sight. Love at First Sight, 2023, is a heartwarming romantic drama that explores the magic of unexpected connections and how fate can change the course of your life in an instant. The story follows Hadley Sullivan, a young woman who is on a flight from New York to London to attend her father's wedding. Feeling isolated and lonely, she struggles to make sense of her relationship with her father, whom she has been estranged from for years. On the plane, she meets Oliver, a charming and intellectual young man who seems to have a deep understanding of life and love. They instantly connect, and though their conversation is brief, it feels as if they have known each other forever. As the flight progresses, Hadley and Oliver grow closer, talking about their dreams, fears, and personal lives. But when they land, they are faced with the harsh reality that their connection might have been nothing more than a fleeting moment. Their paths part, but Hadley can't shake the feeling that she has experienced something truly special. Back in London, Hadley is caught up in the whirlwind of her father's wedding, trying to reconnect with her family, especially her estranged father. As the wedding preparations unfold, Hadley realizes that her heart still longs for Oliver, who has disappeared into the crowd. In a desperate attempt to find him, Hadley embarks on a journey that challenges her understanding of love, destiny, and whether or not true love can be found at first sight. Love at First Sight is a sweet and uplifting story about fate, second chances, and the idea that sometimes love can happen when you least expect it. It's a celebration of how one meaningful encounter can alter the course of your life, and how we often need to take chances and follow our hearts to find the love that's meant for us. Love at First Sight, 2023, features a talented ensemble cast. Haley Lou Richardson as Hadley Sullivan, Ben Hardy as Oliver Jones. At number 7, we have Sidelined, The QB and Me. Sidelined, The QB and Me is a 2024 teen romance film directed by Justin Wu, adapted from Tay Marley's Wattpad novel, The QB Bad Boy and Me. The story centers on Dallas Bryan, a high school cheerleader and aspiring dancer determined to secure a scholarship to CalArts, her late mother's alma mater. Her focused life takes an unexpected turn when she crosses paths with Drayton Leahy, the school's charismatic quarterback. As their relationship deepens, both Dallas and Drayton must navigate personal ambitions, family expectations, and the challenges of young love. The movie was played by Dallas Bryan by Sienna Agudong, Drayton Leahy by Noah Beck. Number 6, we have The Perfect Date. The Perfect Date is a romantic comedy about self-discovery, love, and ambition. The story follows Brooks Radigan, a high school senior with big dreams of getting into Yale but lacking the financial means to do so. To earn money for college, Brooks comes up with a brilliant and slightly unconventional idea. He creates an app where he offers himself as a stand-in date for any occasion. Whether someone needs a fake boyfriend, a +1 to a party, or an impressively charming prom date, Brooks is ready to play the role. His business takes off when he meets Celia Lieberman, a sarcastic and strong-willed girl who hires him for a pretend date. Unlike the other girls, Celia isn't impressed by his charm and challenges him in ways he didn't expect. Meanwhile, Brooks has his eyes set on Shelby, the most popular and seemingly perfect girl at school. As he transforms himself into the ideal date for different girls, Brooks starts to lose sight of who he really is. He soon realizes that trying to be what everyone else wants doesn't bring him happiness. Being himself does ***. And along the way, he begins to see that Celia, the girl he least expected to fall for, might just be his perfect match. With witty humor, heartwarming moments, and a fresh take on teen romance, The Perfect Date is a fun, feel-good film about finding love while staying true to yourself. The Perfect Date, 2019, features a talented ensemble cast. Noah Centineo as Brooks Radigan, Laura Marano as Celia Lieberman. Moving on to number 5 is Purple Heart. Purple Hearts is a romantic drama that tells the story of Cassie Salazar, an aspiring singer-songwriter, and Luke Morrow, a dedicated Marine, who enter a marriage of convenience that unexpectedly leads to true love. Cassie is a strong-willed and independent woman struggling to make ends meet while battling type 1 diabetes. She works as a bartender and dreams of making it big in the music industry, but her medical expenses make life incredibly difficult. Luke, on the other hand, is a disciplined Marine dealing with a troubled past and desperate for stability before his upcoming deployment. Their paths cross when they realize that a military marriage could be mutually beneficial. Cassie would get access to military health benefits, and Luke would receive increased financial support as a married soldier. Though they barely know each other and have clashing personalities, they agree to fake a marriage in hopes of solving their individual struggles. As Luke is deployed, the two keep up their charade through letters and video calls, pretending to be a loving couple. However, the lines between real and fake start to blur. When Luke is injured in combat and returns home, Cassie steps up to care for him, bringing them closer than ever. Their genuine emotions begin to surface, and what started as a transactional relationship turns into something real. But with their marriage based on a lie, they must face the consequences of their choices. Will their love survive the truth? With a mix of heartfelt romance, emotional struggles, and the reality of sacrifice, Purple Hearts is a touching film about love, resilience, and finding family in the most unexpected places. Purple Hearts, 2022, features a talented ensemble cast. Sofia Carson as Cassie Salazar, Nicholas Galitzine as Luke Morrow. At number 4 we have The Kissing Booth. The Kissing Booth is a teen romantic comedy that follows the story of Elle Evans, a fun-loving and quirky high school junior who has never been kissed. She and her best friend, Lee Flynn, have been inseparable since childhood, sharing a set of strict friendship rules, including one major one. Elle can never date Lee's older brother, Noah Flynn. Noah is handsome, popular, and a total bad boy, making him the crush of many girls at school, including Elle. However, she keeps her feelings hidden out of loyalty to Lee. When Elle and Lee decide to host a kissing booth for their school's charity event, everything changes. Unexpectedly, Elle ends up kissing Noah, and the chemistry between them is undeniable. As they start secretly dating, Elle finds herself torn between her friendship with Lee and her growing love for Noah. As the relationship becomes harder to hide, Elle must navigate heartbreak, loyalty, and self-discovery, all while trying to figure out what love really means. Filled with romance, humor, and high school drama, The Kissing Booth is a fun and heartfelt coming-of-age story about taking risks, following your heart, and learning that love doesn't always follow the rules. The Kissing Booth, 2018, features a talented ensemble cast. Joey King as Elle Evans, Joel Courtney as Lee Flynn, Jacob Elordi as Noah Flynn. Our top 3 is going to be amazing, stay tuned. Coming up at number 3 is Everything, Everything. Everything is a romantic drama that tells the story of Madeline Maddie Whittier, a 17-year-old girl who has spent her entire life confined inside her house due to a rare illness called Severe Combined Immunodeficiency, SCID. This condition makes her highly vulnerable to infections, meaning she can't step outside without serious risks to her health. Maddie has only known life within the walls of her sterile home, where her protective mother, Dr. Pauline Whittier, and her nurse, Carla, take care of her. She spends her days reading books, drawing, and dreaming about a world she has never truly experienced. One day, a new family moves in next door, and Maddie quickly becomes fascinated by their teenage son, Ollie Bright. He is adventurous, kind, and curious about Maddie, often trying to catch her attention through the window. They begin communicating through text messages and emails, forming a deep emotional bond despite never meeting in person. Carla, seeing how much Maddie wants to live a normal life, secretly arranges for Ollie to visit, ensuring that he follows strict hygiene protocols. As Maddie and Ollie spend time together, their connection grows into love, and Maddie starts questioning whether a life without real experiences is truly worth living. Longing to see the world, Maddie makes a life-changing decision. She leaves her home for the first time to go on a trip to Hawaii with Ollie, believing that the risk is worth it. They share unforgettable moments together, from feeling the ocean waves to experiencing true freedom. However, things take a tragic turn when Maddie collapses and is rushed to the hospital, reinforcing her mother's fears that she can never live outside her protected environment. But everything changes when Maddie receives shocking news. She doesn't actually have SCID. It turns out her mother, still traumatized by the death of Maddie's father and brother, had lied about her illness to keep her safe. Realizing she was never truly sick, Maddie is devastated but also filled with new hope for a future she never thought possible. In the end, Maddie sets out to truly live her life, reconnecting with Ollie and stepping into the world she had only ever dreamed of. Everything is a heartfelt story about love, freedom, and the courage to break free from fear. It reminds us that sometimes taking a risk is the only way to truly live. Everything, 2017, features a talented cast. Amandla Stenberg as Madeline Maddie Whittier. Nick Robinson as Oliver Ollie Bright. At number 2 we have The Duff, 2015, is a teen comedy film based on the novel by Cody Keplinger. It follows Bianca Piper, played by Mae Whitman, a smart and sarcastic high school student who is shocked to learn that her classmates see her as the Duff, designated ugly fat friend, in her friend group. This realization comes from her childhood friend and popular jock, Wesley Rush, played by Robbie Amell, who tells her that every friend group has a Duff, the person who makes the others look better by comparison. Feeling humiliated, Bianca decides to change her image and get rid of the Duff label. She enlists Wesley's help in transforming her style and confidence in exchange for tutoring him in chemistry. As they spend more time together, Bianca starts to see Wesley as more than just a shallow jock, and he begins to appreciate her for who she really is. Meanwhile, Madison Morgan, played by Bella Thorne, the school's mean girl and Wesley's on-again, off-again girlfriend, does everything she can to humiliate Bianca and keep Wesley under her control. Despite facing public embarrassment, Bianca eventually embraces herself and realizes that labels don't define who she is. She gives an empowering speech at prom, rejecting the idea of the Duff and encouraging everyone to own their identity. In the end, Bianca and Wesley confess their feelings for each other, proving that confidence and self-acceptance matter more than any label. The film closes with Bianca embracing her individuality and walking away happier and more self-assured. It's a fun, heartfelt, and relatable movie with humor and a great message about self-worth. At number 1 we have XO Kitty. XO Kitty is a romantic comedy drama series and a spin-off of the popular To All the Boys I've Loved Before movies. The story follows Kitty Song-Covey, the witty and confident younger sister of Lara Jean, as she embarks on her own love adventure. Kitty, a self-proclaimed love expert, believes she understands romance better than anyone. However, when she earns a scholarship to the Korean Independent School of Seoul, KISS, the same school her late mother once attended, she sees it as the perfect opportunity to reconnect with her long-distance boyfriend, Dae. Convinced that she and Dae are soulmates, she leaves her home in the US for Korea, ready to start a new chapter in her love story. But once she arrives, things don't go as planned. Kitty quickly realizes that love is more complicated than it seems. Dae has secrets, the cultural shift is overwhelming, and she finds herself caught in a love triangle, or maybe even a love square. Along the way, she makes new friends and rivals, navigates family mysteries, and starts to question her own heart. As Kitty discovers more about her mother's past, she begins to realize that her journey in Seoul is about more than just romance. It's about self-discovery, friendships, and finding her own identity. With a mix of heartfelt moments, humor, and drama, XO Kitty is a fun and emotional coming-of-age story that proves even love experts have a lot to learn about love. XO Kitty, 2023 to 2025, features a talented ensemble cast. Anna Cathcart as Kitty Song Covey, Choi Min-young as Dae, Jia Kim as Yuri, Sang Hyun Lee as Min Ho, Anthony Ki Vand as Q. Thank you for watching. Make sure to share your opinion in the comment section. Tell us the movie you want to see next.